Hi, welcome to Math 213 IN1 at SWIC for the 2024 spring semester. My name is Jennifer Simonton and I will be your instructor for this course. And I just wanted to send out a quick introductory video to walk you through the syllabus and give you all the information you need to get started and be able to navigate this semester successfully. All right, so I'm going to switch the view over here to Brightspace. So the first thing you're going to need to do before you can do your assignments is log into your Brightspace. You should see all the courses that you're registered for. Our class is Calculus for Business and Social Science, section IN1. So if you click on that, it will open up this page. And if you're reading this message, then that means that you have either seen the announcement or the email that I had sent out. So the first thing we're going to look at here once you get into this is the syllabus. So this tab right here contains the syllabus and then instructions also on how to register in MyMathLab. So we're going to open that up. All right, so this first document, course syllabus. All right, so this is again Math 213 IN1. This is an online course. The links right here are just going to take you to the SWIC website if you need information about just general policies like attendance policy, college closure policy, all that kind of stuff. And then the student reference link will take you to information about the Success Center, Testing Center, DAC, technology assistance, and things like that. All right, there's also a link in Brightspace for all of those things if you need to locate it and your syllabus is not handy. All right, so this first section here is just explaining the details about the course. This is asynchronous online, meaning that you do it on your own time for the most part. However, there are due dates that you have to meet. We don't have a specific meeting day or time. We start on Tuesday, January the 16th, and then this box right here, the last day to withdraw, is technically Saturday, April the 6th. However, with that being a Saturday, I think I say somewhere else in a calendar that it's Friday, April 5th, just to make sure that you're not cutting that deadline too close. But after that, I cannot assign a W, nor can you withdraw yourself. So that's the deadline. My office hours this semester, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 9 to 9:50, and then on Wednesdays from 1 to 1:50. My office is on the Belleville campus in the main complex, room 2047. I know those times aren't always convenient for everyone, but they are the times where I'll be in my office and you can drop in without having an appointment. If you need to come in and see me on a different day or time, just send me an email. My email address is right here and we can work something else out, or I'd be happy to meet via Teams during these times if necessary, or at a different time if that's better for you. Okay. Course descriptions, prerequisites, objectives, that stuff you can read on your own if you'd like. It's just a detailed list of all the things that we have to cover this semester. All right, when you get down here to this page, this is your required course materials. You have to sign up for MyMathLab. You do not have to purchase anything to do that. That's already included within your course fees. That includes all the materials that you're going to need to navigate this semester. If you would like to have an actual physical textbook, this is what the book that we're using is. However, you don't have to buy that if you don't want to. You have access to that textbook within MyMathLab online. You will need a graphing calculator. Just makes a lot of things that we're going to do a little bit simpler. I would recommend the TI-84 if you're going to if you don't already have one. Really any graphing calculator would pretty much do what you need it to do. It cannot have for testing situations though, it cannot have a CAS. So like the TI-89, you are not allowed to use on a test, and the Inspire CAS version, the regular Inspire is fine, but the one that says CAS on it is not allowed. Grading scale right here, just a standard 10-point grading scale in terms of your percentage at the end of the semester. It's how I assign letter grades. The homework, the course requirements or the assignments are going to contain homework. That's going to be done in MyMathLab collectively for the whole semester. That's going to be worth 50 points. Before each test, we're going to have a test review assignment. So we have 3 regular tests. Each of those reviews will be worth 5 points, and then the one for the final exam is longer, so it's worth 10. So that would total 25 points altogether. The 3 tests are each worth 100 points, so that total is 300, and the final exam is worth 125 points. So altogether, the total point value of the whole semester is 500 points. Brightspace will keep track of all of that in the grades tab as you complete assignments. So you should be able to go there and tell how you're doing at any time. All right, all coursework you're going to do in MyMathLab. That includes homework and tests. Testing, however, including the final, you'll have to come in and take that at a testing center of your choice, either Belleville, Granite City, or one of our other locations. All other assignments, homework, and the reviews can be completed on your own time. This is an online course, however, it's not self-paced, okay? If you don't get, there are due dates for everything. If you don't get things done by the due date, then there is a penalty for homework, and tests have to be completed by their due date. There's a calendar that I'll reference later that kind of outlines all of that and kind of has it all in one place, so it's easy to keep track. All right, so you will need to be able to navigate both Brightspace and MyMathLab. You always log into Brightspace to get to MyMathLab, and we'll walk through how to do that in just a second. All right, so your homework assignments, everything is going to be in the MyMathLab part of it. However, before you begin homework, you are encouraged to open up the lecture videos that are posted in Brightspace under course content, watch them, and take notes on them. Okay, that's the equivalent of going to class and learning the content. There's also a folder called Lecture Notes that has a PDF of the notes that I explain as you watch the video. All right, so you can take your own notes as you watch, or you can open up the lecture notes and print those out for yourself and then just add to them if you need to. Homework is assigned to MyMathLab for every section. It's set up as a learning tool, so once you get into there, I'm guessing most people, if you've taken other math courses at SWIC before this one, you're familiar with how MyMathLab works. But if not, it's pretty easy to pick up. You just click on the assignment, click on the problem. It gives you so many attempts to get it right, and then if you don't get it right in the allowed number of attempts, you can click similar question. It just changes the numbers around. You get to try it again. So you can do that as many times as you need, and so there's really no reason why you shouldn't have the ability to get 100% on your homework if you spend the time required to do it. All right. Test reviews. There are a test review for each test. Those should be used as your study guide. So there are 3 test reviews, 1 for each of the 3 regular tests. They are set up like homework the same way. And when I write a test, I pick problems from that review. And so if you do the review and understand how to do those problems without notes or other aid, then you should be well prepared for the test. Each of those assignments are worth 5 points. All right. For tests, there are 3 of them. Each of them covers a few chapters of material. Each test is worth 100 points. Those are the ones you have to take the test in at SWIC at a testing center, and you'll do that again through MyMathLab. And you'll have to make an appointment ahead of time and have a photo ID when you show up. It does not have to be a SWIC ID, but it has to be like a driver's license or something to prove who you are. When you arrive, they'll put you at a computer, you'll log into Brightspace, access MyMathLab, click on the test. The proctor will come in and put in the password, just tell them which test you're on, and then when you click start, you have 75 minutes to complete the test. Once you're finished, you'll click submit. You can use your calculator as long as it's not a CAS, and it's not something on your phone. As you do your problems, if you have to write out work of any kind, I would suggest you do that on scratch paper in an organized fashion. You'll turn that into the proctor, and then they'll return that to me. So when I grade, you'll see a grade as soon as you click submit. However, MyMathLab, like if there's a question and there's one blank and you type in an answer and it's wrong, it will mark it wrong and they'll give you 0 points. But if I have your scratch paper and I can see what you did and I can walk through and figure out, oh, you just made a small little mistake, I can give you partial credit. Okay, so almost always the grade improves once I've had time to actually physically grade each test, which I will do every single time for every student. All right, so when you click submit and see that score, that's your worst case scenario. Okay, most likely that will improve after I've had a time to look at your scratch paper and add partial credit. Final exam review, same as the other test reviews. It is your study guide for the final, only it's longer because the final is comprehensive, so it's worth 10 points. And then the final exam itself, again, just a longer version of a test that covers everything. You'll have 2 hours to complete that in the testing center. And and that deadline for that is Tuesday, May 14th. This just explains what I just had mentioned about partial credit. Late work and makeup work. Homework, not including your test reviews, but just homework assignments. If you don't get them done by the due date, you can work past the due date, anything that wasn't completed on time, but there's a 15% grade deduction for working late. The deadline to submit any late assignments is Sunday, May the 12th. Okay, tests should be completed by the due date, no later than. Okay, if you have to miss a test, something unexpected comes up at the last minute, not that, oh, I didn't get my appointment made in time. You're not going to get a makeup opportunity for that. Okay, but if something emergency comes up at the last minute, you need to contact me to discuss that. Okay, opportunity for a makeup is not guaranteed. It will depend on the situation. All right, here's the calendar. There's another version of this. It's a little bit easier to read, posted separately, but this is the kind of timeline of what you need to be completing each week. You are encouraged to work ahead. Please don't wait till Sunday of every week to do your homework, because if you notice here, you got 3 or 4 sections of stuff to do every week. If you wait till Sunday at 10 o'clock to get started, you're just not going to have enough time. So work throughout the week or work ahead. Like maybe you get through all this stuff in a couple days and you're ready to start on the second week, before the end of the first week. That's fine. Right? You may be ready to take this first test that's in week 5. Maybe you're ready in week 4 or week 3. That's fine. Okay, you can do anything early. Okay, just after the due date, there's a penalty or it's not available. All right, so week number 1, we start on Tuesday the 16th, and then there's 4 sections. These are from the review chapter, and then the first section of chapter 1. Those are due by Sunday, January 21st. All homework ends at the end of the week on a Sunday. Second week, 3 more sections, due the end of that week on Sunday, etc. On test week, that's all you have. Do the review assignment and take the test. Notice here the deadline is not Sunday anymore, it's Friday, because the testing centers are not open on the weekends. So sometime during that week, no later than Friday, you need to be taking this test. So maybe you did this review assignment, got it done over the weekend, and you want to take your test on Tuesday of that week. That's fine. Okay? You don't have to wait till Friday, but that's the deadline. All right, then proceeding on from there, another 3 sections or so, due at the end of the week, etc. Spring break. Test 2 falls here. Notice this due date is April 1st. That is because, and that's a Monday. This week we are closed on that Friday for Good Friday. That's Easter weekend. So if you get this test review done, like say Monday, and want to take this test, say Wednesday or something, great. But because they're closed on Friday, where the college is closed and the testing center is not available, that's why I put the due date Monday, okay, in case you need it, all right? But you don't have to wait till Monday. You can still do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday right before then if you would prefer, okay? And then a few more weeks of stuff, homework. Again, test 3, Friday, May 3rd. Then you got 1 more week of a couple sections before we wrap things up at the end. Okay? All right. Academic rigor just basically says this class is going to require work outside of just doing assignments. You're going to have to study and practice things. Okay? It's going to take some time. And we don't have like a physical attendance policy for online, but if I check attendance basically by if you are logging in regularly, completing your assignments, and not falling behind. Okay, if you're not logging into My Math Lab or Brightspace and you're not doing things and that's gone on for a week or more, then you could be withdrawn for lack of participation. All right. All right, so if you need to reference back any of that stuff, you can find all that in the syllabus. The other document that is in this tab is Brightspace My Math Lab registration instructions. So this is just going to be a one-time thing to get registered. Right? These are easy directions to follow. Log into Brightspace, click on our course. There's an access code over on the side. You're going to click that button and then click on this link that pops up. Under that link, you're going to find your math class. If you're taking other classes that use Pearson, you might have more than one thing there, but make sure you find the one that says Calculus for Business and Social Science. Click on the Reveal Access Code. All right, you'll copy that with your mouse or write it down on a piece of paper. Then go back to your course, click on Content at the top, select the My Math Lab tab over here on the side, right here. Once you click on that, you're going to click on this Pearson LTI. If you've never used Pearson with Brightspace, you might have to click a button to accept the agreement. Otherwise, it'll take you straight to this page. Okay, do not click purchase. You already have an access code, so click the access code button and then paste your code in there or type it in, and then you should be ready to go. Okay, so you need to do that right away, first thing. All right, so here's the access code tab and the My Math Lab tab that we referenced here. All right, this tab right here is just that other copy that I told you. If you just go to that, the assignment calendar, it's just an easier view of that calendar. You might want to print this off just to have a reference of week 1. These are the assignments. This is when they're due, etc. Your test weeks are highlighted in yellow. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Here is the course content folder where you can locate your lecture videos and lecture notes, right? So the videos are contained here. They're subdivided by what's all on test 1, what's all on test 2, etc. So if you open up that folder, and then the notes are in PowerPoint form. So lecture videos are, you see that PowerPoint on the screen and you hear me explain all of the problems that are in there. You can follow along with, as you're watching each video, you can follow along if you'd like. If you go to the lecture notes folder, there's the PDF of what you're seeing on the screen for each of those sections. Okay, so those two things are under course content. Okay, these tabs down here, Success Center information. We have free tutoring on campus and online through our Success Center. So the information of when they're open, what their hours are, right? All that stuff that can be found in that link. And then the testing center information. This is where here are all their rules and guidelines. If you click on this link right here, you are going to get to the SWIC website where you can schedule your appointment. So spring 2024, if you want to schedule at the Belleville Testing Center, here are their appointment hours for each day of the week and when they open and close. And then, or then they have also for Granite City. And limited hours at Redbud. So it's really, most of your options here are either Granite City or Belleville. But if you want to say take your test at Belleville, you're going to click right here on schedule. And then you're just going to pick your day, whatever day you want to pick, and then you're going to pick an available time. Okay, and then you're going to fill out the form. Okay? But you need to do that, like if you have a test due on whatever day, a week on Friday, you need to schedule your appointment early. I would recommend no later than, 2 or 3 days ahead of time, okay? Because as these appointments fill up, okay, if you, email me Thursday night and say I can't get an appointment for tomorrow, I'm sorry. You should have done that earlier. Okay, don't wait till the last minute. All right. Once you have done your My Math Lab registration and gotten in, and you're ready to start actually doing assignments, like let's say you've gone into course content, watched a video, have your notes ready, you're going to click on My Math Lab. That's how you get to your homework. So you can click this first link again, and it will, and then click the yellow button once you, if I click here, now that I'm registered, and I click this at the top, I can go into the Pearson website, okay? It's easier sometimes if you, instead of going in there and trying to find what you need, if you just know I want to do the homework for R2, I'm just going to click directly on that link for R2 and it's going to take me straight to it. So it'll take me here, I can click on question 1, and then I can answer the questions, okay? Right, and as you go through that, then you can click on Help Me Solve This, you can click on View an Example, you can click on Get More Help, which is either watch the textbook video, the video provided by the publisher, that's not my video, that's theirs, read in the textbook, or Ask My Instructor will send me an email with a link to the question you're on if none of this other stuff helped out. Okay, if it's a multiple choice here, like this one, you're only going to get one try. So final check right away. It'll tell you if you're right or wrong. If you're wrong, you can always click similar exercise. If it's a free response where there's a box and you type in an answer, it'll give you a few chances to get it right before it really marks it wrong. But so if you get it wrong the first time, maybe you get a second or third try, and then if it's right and you move on. If you do it so many times and finally it says, sorry, it's wrong, here's the answer, this will say similar exercise or something like that. You click it, you start over and just try it again. You can do that as many times as you need to before you get something right. Okay. All right, so you can do all of them and be done, or you can just do a few. You click save. When you're done working, it will save your work. It'll tell you you've already done, say, 1, 2, and 3, and you can pick up where you leave off the next time you come back in. Okay? All right. So that's how to do homework. So let's see here. We talked about syllabus. These things are going to get you registered in my math lab. Here's the calendar, videos and lecture notes, making an appointment in the testing center. All right, the other thing is the discussion board. If you click on the discussion board over here, and here's my introduction, if you click on that, you can post your own if you click start a new thread. Okay, so if you want to post an introduction of yourself into there before the end of this first week, you'll get 5 points extra credit added to your final exam. Right now, that's the only thing I have set up in the discussion board. I may end up, after a few weeks, every couple weeks, using it to, answer questions, or if people email me with specific problems on things, I might post them in the discussion board, just the solution, so everybody can have access to that. So we may use that for a few more things, just because if you had a question on something or got stuck, it's likely other people were confused on the same thing. So we might use that as more of a I need help, or whereas other people have suggestions on, good study habits, things like that. But that'll all be optional. That's not part of your grade. Okay? All right. Well, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions or any of it didn't make sense or you have trouble with anything, please don't hesitate. Just send me an email and reach out. I'll be happy to help you out. All right. So good luck this semester, and I look forward to working with all of you.